He died suddenly, leaving empty hearts in North Iowa and an empty seat on the city council. How that seat may be filled. It appears Mason City leaders are finding a way to replace council member Alex Kuhn, who died at the age of 34 last month. According to the city council agenda for tomorrow night, a special election will be held to fill the popular official's seat. A resolution is on the agenda, and if it passes, the election will be held September 20th. Kuhn had an at-large seat, so all residents will be able to vote. The winner would serve the remainder of his 4-year term. Well, today we are learning the name of an Iowa police officer who was killed yesterday afternoon in a motorcycle crash. The Iowa State Patrol says Officer Sean Miller was traveling south on Highway 169 in Dallas County. A car turned in front of his motorcycle, and he was not able to stop in time and hit the car. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Funeral arrangements have not been set. The 47-year-old was a 26-year veteran with the West Des Moines Police Department and had recently been promoted to sergeant.
Yeah, beautiful weekend ahead.
No doubt about that.
Thanks,
Makes
Tyler.
me want to wake up in the morning and have it be here already.
There you go.
Thanks, Tyler. Local stores are stocked with pens, paper, and backpacks for back-to-school shopping. Thanks to some local groups, though, some families have an opportunity to get school supplies for free. KIMT News 3's Stefante Randall paid a visit to the Worth Sheriff's Office to learn more.
If you elect Hillary Clinton.
Well, that's not the Worth County Sheriff's Office. Clearly not. We're going to have to come back to that in just a moment. Tonight in Trending at 10, we're sticking to just one important story, the growing problem of distracted driving. Thanks to a lot of trending apps and social media, people are using their phones behind the wheel at a growing pace. And as Kelly Wallace reports, it had deadly consequences for one southwestern Minnesota family. First, though, tonight after some fairly mild temperatures last week, remember those?
Yeah.
Seems like a long time ago because we are now, and I think we can officially call this a heat wave. Nobody was hurt in last night's garage fire in Freeborn County. We showed you this scene yesterday at 6, less than an hour after that blaze sparked near Clarks Grove. It turns out the garage was destroyed. The home has some smoke damage. Nobody was in the house when the fire started, and there's no word yet on a cause. Cedar Falls police are investigating a report of a frightening abduction attempt. Yesterday, around 4 in the afternoon, officers were sent to Clay Street Park. 3 children said a silver 4-door vehicle pulled up with a white male driver in his 30s inside with short dark hair, offering them money to get in the car. They said no, he drove off, but police are hoping to identify that suspect and question him. West Des Moines police are mourning the loss of one of their own in a motorcycle crash. It happened in the area where I-80 meets Highway 169 around 1:30 this afternoon. A car was turning onto an on-ramp, and the officer on a motorcycle, Sean Miller, couldn't stop in time and was killed. As part of our convention coverage, we had the inside scoop from some delegates who were actually on the floor, both for the Republicans and for the Democrats. And one from Minnesota I was speaking with said that the fracture is real. The Bernie supporters do not like Clinton. They will not support her, and they are looking for another option. So as we look forward now, where did those people go? It is now official. Mason City voters will have a chance to fill a city council seat left open by the death of Alex Kuhn last month. Council members unanimously voted to schedule a special election for the at-large seat, and it did not take long. The measure was approved minutes after the meeting began at 7 this evening. We'll take a look at this scene today in Rochester. A woman and her baby were barely able to escape when a vehicle crashed into their apartment. Fortunately, they were in the kitchen making dinner just feet away from the living room where the crash happened. This was on Valley High Drive around 6:30 this evening. Nobody was hurt, but the fire department's structural collapse team had to respond to make sure the building didn't collapse on rescuers. The driver was arrested on suspicion of drunk driving. Too often we show you scenes of violence here on the news and combine that with violent TV shows, movies, and video games. Kids get a lot of exposure to violent images. New research shows gifted children are especially vulnerable. We wanted to see what you thought of all this. We put a poll on KIMT.com asking, do you limit your child's screen time due to violence? 71% yes, but for more reasons than just violence. 28% said they let the child decide, and virtually no one said they set strict boundaries based only out of concern for violent images. Thought the weather might turn violent today. Some of the ingredients were there for that, but so far no damage. Meteorologist Brandon Libby is in the Storm Team 3 forecast center for us, and now we're looking at just the heat coming in, right? They are vying to be the president of the city council for Minnesota's 3rd largest city and one of its fastest growing. And a big reason for that growth is the Destination Medical Center project, one of the big topics at a candidate forum this evening. KIMT News 3's Dee Dee Stephen was there and joins us now live in Rochester. And things wrap up tomorrow with a livestock auction at 8:45. Then it's cleanup time, and organizers remind us of volunteers are always welcome for that. Meanwhile, the big fairs are just about to begin. The Iowa State Fair is up first. It runs August 11th through the 21st. 26 new foods are being unveiled this year. It's about the same number of fair foods being introduced at the Great Minnesota Get Together, which runs August 25th through Labor Day.